Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new Night POV review. In front of us is the new Geely Cityray. We have the GF trim. Now inside is the 1.5. It's a 4-cylinder turbo petrol producing 174 horsepower linked to 7-speed automatic. This one is front-wheel drive. Now you can see also the beautiful headlights. We're going to test the performance outside the city. We're sitting on the 19-inch alloys. We have beautiful 5-spoke alloys. Good suspension. It's not soft as maybe French cars, but it's soft enough. Now we can see the beautiful taillights if I unlock the car one more time. And I'm gonna hold the power tailgate button to open it up. You can see very spacious cargo space. Now we have this cover. That's one of the two things I don't like. It's well illuminated, but when you need to pull to close, it's kind of hard to hit both of these from the first attempt because the design is just not great. Now I'm gonna keep the key in my pocket. And another thing, Geely doesn't have tinted windows on the back. That's something I prefer in factory. Okay, sorry, there's some music. I'm gonna mute that, and you can see here the Geely's welcome animation. Okay, let's start the car. Before we start driving, just to show you a little bit here, you probably saw the review. You can see here the AC controls. We have the apps here. But in order to activate the Apple CarPlay, just press on the top. Now let's play some music. So actually, let's pause it. Okay, I can't play this for too long. We have domestic music past midnight. It's a very late hour. I do this drives late hours because there's like less traffic and bad drivers around me. Now, let me just see one more thing. Okay, something I cannot show you because my phone is my camera is the wireless chargers. So here you can see there's wireless charging, a little pop-up message, which is cool. And to go to car settings and to go to ambient lights. You can see here we can choose different colors. Even the speakers are illuminated and on the back, which is cool. We gotta keep this color. Also, another thing, the screen for the most part works okay, but sometimes just it requires 2 taps, so maybe they should work on that. I didn't notice that on the Cityray, but I did here on the Cityray. This technology is from Cityray, so meaning digital cockpit and infotainment, but the platform is from Cityray. You can also see the cameras. We have excellent resolution. You have all the sides here. You can switch to 3D view, so it's amazing parking system, and it even shows centimeters here, so that's great. I'm gonna put it to drive and we're gonna head out. So the way we go. Okay, let's start talking about a little bit about Cityray. It's positioned between the Cityray and Cityray, so it's a bit bigger than the Cityray. It has the same engine I've tested in all 3 models, so it's well powered enough for this size of an SUV. None of those SUVs was super heavy, not even the Cityray, but the Cityray is a bit lighter, slightly heavier than the Cityray, but all 3 again are well powered with this 4-cylinder turbo petrol with 174 horsepower. 7-speed automatic works great. It's nice and smooth, quick shifts, and for the most part, I would say really good combo. Now, the brakes on this car are normal. They're not late, they're not super aggressive, maybe slightly, but not really, grippy from the very start. And engine is not too loud, but it has this nice 4-cylinder sound. Suspension is, for the most part, comfortable. It is not super comfortable as French cars, but comfortable enough. You do feel you are on 19-inch alloys, but for the most part, it is soaking up very decently most of the imperfections on the road, like potholes, manholes, and so on. You can also see when you use a turn signal, the cameras pop up, so that's also nice and practical. Now the steering in this normal mode is fairly precise, but also light, but if you kick it into sport mode, it is more responsive. Now, this is a great SUV. It's, first of all, very posh interior. We have leatherette standard. It's also very stylish looking. On the outside, the interior, the ambient lights look amazing. So very competitive. Spacious interior, spacious cargo room in the back as well. So this middle trim, the GF, starts is 31,500 thousand, but the starting price for the entry model is 30,000 euros with the same engine and automatic, so very competitive. Now, if I'm nitpicking, there is one thing that is missing. Now we have the powered seats. All the seats are heated. We have also the heated steering wheel. The front are powered, but there is no lumbar support. If you're a taller person, such as myself, that is a very important detail, because if you're driving a lot, you're gonna have some lower back pain, and that's where the lumbar comes in. So unfortunately, we don't have it in this model. Now, I'll show you can press this if you want to hide that. And while I'm waiting for the traffic light, I do notice that this bezel is, like in most cars now, very big and obnoxious. It's creating a blind spot for the traffic light. But yeah, why do they do that so big? It used to be like very small. There's only like a camera and a light sensor, rain sensor. Yeah. Okay, maybe you didn't notice, or you did. We have auto hold, which is engaged automatically. I love that feature in automatics. A must, if you ask me. Now, as you can see, the petrol is accelerating so smoothly. I'm barely using my foot. I didn't punch it. It's very nippy because the car is just light enough. It's big, but it's not too heavy, and I'm driving a bit faster now, so I'm just gonna let go of the accelerator. And yeah, it's an excellent cruising SUV. Now, it's not a full-size SUV, but it's not also a cross, like the Coolray. It's just like an SUV. Now, regarding fuel consumption, I haven't resetted this one now, but I did the consumption test. Now, we're currently averaging 6 liters, but I did a range test driving at this late hour between 60 and 80 kilometers per hour, and anticipating when to brake for the traffic lights, gentle acceleration, driving in normal driving mode, so simulating open road conditions. My lowest was 5 liters, so this is a very efficient engine. And for all of you who are maybe not into car industry or you don't follow news, Geely, Chinese brand, actually acquired Volvo. I think it's now more than a decade ago. I'm not 100% sure which year was it, but this is Volvo's platform also. So this is built on Volvo's platform. There are no interior parts that are shared. You can specifically say, this is from Volvo, but there is one thing. It might engage by the end of the drive, but I'm gonna, just spoil it for you. It's the blind spot warning lights. So there's a little traffic now, but when we get on the highway, there might be a car passing me. So there is a blind spot, and it's definitely straight from Volvo. Now, great looking SUV. You're nice and tall. I can see the bonnet. I'm a taller person. We have nice big mirrors. And parking this car with this excellent parking system shouldn't be an issue. Now, sorry, I completely forgot maybe to engage the maps. So let me just engage Google Maps so you can see this nice big screen. And yeah, I think I've said most of the stuff that I need to cover. And I think I've already summed the car a bit too fast in this one. Also, a little con, I know a lot of you will be commenting, there is no Android Auto. Geely just hasn't acquired the license. It's quite difficult, I know that from another brand, to acquire that in China, especially for Chinese. See, now it's thinking that I'm trying to avoid an elk because I was avoiding the manhole that was really deep. Another thing, the infotainment, when you're in Apple CarPlay, you can have the AC at the bottom. So as you can see here, if I want to go to AC controls, I can have them. They should be on the bottom even when you're in Apple CarPlay. So that's inconvenient. Yeah. You can see auto hold engages. There's a little A button, or not button, but a little A for auto hold. And once again, you can see the cameras. Unfortunately, none of these cars and lorries, or whatever you call them, trucks, pass them a blind spot, so you haven't seen the Volvo part. But okay, there's a pull-down menu, but also seems not to be working when you're in Apple CarPlay. Okay, back to this one. I will switch to sport mode, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, let's go. So definitely more responsive in the sport mode. And if I go a little bit faster in the bend, it's stable for the most part, but there's a lot of leaning. If you're really aggressive, it's not really comfortable because it's a light car. It's not heavy, so it's not like an EV. I'm gonna punch it here all the way. Okay, that was a little demo. Dropping my speed. And we'll have to also, let's just go back to normal driving mode, or the comfort, excuse me. Dropping down my speed to 100. So good soundproof in the car. You can hear mostly tire noise. Rough asphalt here, and there's going to be now soft patch and rough, so a lot of tire noise, soft. If I speed up in full throttle in the comfort setting, so it just speeds up very nicely, very fast. So for this petrol, again, very light SUV, and it's just fast. Now at 130 there is more wind noise, but it's an SUV, so that's normal. Now let's engage the cruise control. You can see the blue marking here for the lane, and it keeps you in the lane. So if I pull to the right, it's just going to correct me and keep me in the middle. Now there's an incoming car, so you should see that Volvo blind spot. There you go. There's also this little yellow symbol. Now pay attention to the blue markings. If I use a turn signal, I can turn and it re-engages the lane assist. So it works really great. I can play with the distance here, and I can increase the speed, so it works pretty great. You can see the trucks, semis, lorries, whatever you call these, in the digital cockpit. So the cruise control really works excellent. Now the headlights are also excellent. Unfortunately, this car doesn't have automatic long beam or matrix LED headlights. Overall, I would say nice cruising SUV, and a really decent. It's not super sporty, it's not super posh, but it's just posh enough. Feels just good enough for driving, and overall, if we ignore a few of design details that I personally don't like, and I think they could have designed that in a better way, it is a very decent SUV for the buck. And it is competing with European brands for the most part, and also Japanese and South Koreans, but a very good price range starting at 30,000 euros. Now, some of the legacy brands, yes, I had that Kia Sportage. It starts at a little bit more. But if I'm being honest, this is a very good competition, very good deal, because it is very well equipped, but you get leatherette standard, you get some of the features like 360 cameras, the autopilot like cruise control that works really good for much less money. Remember, the Sportage I had on test was plus 50k. This, you can get it for 30. So that's a no-brainer. And yeah, I think there's absolutely nothing else to add here now, because this is really good. Now, another con is the fact maybe that this is more touchscreen focused rather than on physical controls. Like, you do have the buttons on the steering wheel, but you don't have too many buttons around here, so it is all on the touchscreen. If you're fine with that, then by all means, this is a great SUV for you. Okay, I will skip 0 to 100 because this car is brand new. It doesn't have 1,000 kilometers. It hasn't passed the braking period. So I will not do 0 to 100. I think it's close to 8 seconds, which is impressive. But sorry, we're gonna skip that. Now we're in the area where we are testing our headlights, so we have good performance. The beam is shooting all the way down. I can see also a bunny rabbit on the top. So cute. But yeah, the headlight performance is great. Unfortunately, no automatic long beam, but you can also see the cameras are looking excellent. I do prefer using the mirrors, and I already said now maybe in a few of my night point of view driving reviews that we might lose this spot. They've added a ramp here, so yeah, in the future we might not be able to use this spot for our headlights test, but excellent performance with the LED headlights. So time to wrap up the review. You can also see our consumption is solid, still around 6 liters, so it didn't spike up. So very efficient petrol, good performance for this SUV, and enough power. Now, definitely you should consider the Cityray. Go take a test drive, see how this feels. I think the car will surprise you, and test your legacy maybe short list that you have and see which one feels better. I'm not gonna say this is the best or that it's better. We all have different tastes, and I always recommend go test the car for yourself, see how it feels, and then make a purchasing decision. But I think you will be nicely surprised. Now, there's also a little concern regarding Chinese brands, regarding parts, but that shouldn't be an issue. As far as I've talked with a local Geely representative, they have parts in stock, and you should have no worries. So I think we can wrap it up here, and that's that. Don't forget your valuables in the car. If you park in the garage or in the open space and leave it. Now, I have finally memorized how to open this, but until now I was always like pulling on the side. Anyways, great SUV. Really pleased and happy that I can actually test this. So hopefully we'll get also the forgot the name now, the electric Geely that I had on a local premiere next, but I will be getting maybe in a few weeks Cityray with a stronger petrol, just an FYI. So stay tuned for that, and I will do also just a little end video walk around in the garage here. So just to show you the beautiful Cityray. Now it locked, but you can see before it completely goes off the taillights. So yeah, that was the new Geely Cityray. Almost said Cityray because it's just so similar, but yeah, Cityray. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Stay safe. Until then, bye.